Shaky Nan again. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. As I'm about to tell you, my weekend started with a horrible, scary episode on Friday for me and ended up with a beautiful, wonderful event. That was on Friday, the horrible episode. Saturday was a beautiful, wonderful event. And I'll tell you about that first. On Saturday, I had my first ever ET support group meeting in our hometown. There were supposed to be a few that could come, but a lot couldn't make it. And two wonderful ETs turned up, the beautiful Brett and Kelly, and their wonderful, supportive, amazing partners or spouses, Margaret and Silvano. It was fantastic, guys. If you ever get the chance to go to an ET support group meeting, I suggest do it. Yes, we were all very nervous at first, but after a little while, we were having laughs. We were talking. It was so wonderful to meet other ETers and hear their stories, hear how they live with it, and also how the spouses live with it too was also incredible. So I really encourage anyone, if you've got the chance, please do. I'm in New South Wales, Australia, sort of an hour from Sydney. We're going to have these meetups now the first weekend of every second month. So if you can make it to one or would like to make it, please do. It was great. And also to see the differences in our tremors too was just amazing. We all felt so comfortable and we all want to keep doing it. So I hope others can join us soon. And my scary event on Friday, I want to tell you about because it's something that has never happened to me before. I don't know if it will again. We don't know with ET. But what happened was, for the month of May, and this is how weather really plays up with us, hot and cold, really affects us. For the month of May, our weather here was freezing. It was nearly snowing in some days. It was absolutely freezing. And we couldn't work it out because we weren't even into winter yet. As soon as winter hit on the 1st of June, we were having hot, like spring, summer days. It was crazy. I always dress from middle of autumn to middle of spring. I am in tracksuits, my thick fluffy socks and my Ugg boots. I feel the cold really bad. It's like I'm already shivering. Cold on top just makes me shiver a lot worse. We own a big old guest house that is freezing inside unless I light 2 fires. With only me home, I'm not going to be bothered lighting 2 fires. I come in my office and turn on the heater and I'm warm enough. But the thing is, I dressed to my house. So when I had to go down the shops on Friday, I dressed to my house. When I got out the car and I had to walk up the hill to go into the supermarket, I started to get hot because I had my tracksuit on, my fluffy socks, my Ugg boots. I started to get a bit warm, thought, oh, gee, it's a lovely day. Walked into the shops had the heaters on. So I had a couple of shopping bags with me. A friend stopped and talked to me. I started to sweat because I was in the mall and it was warm in there. And I thought, oh, I've got to get going, time to get home. I'm getting too hot in this. I got back to the car, put the bags in the car, and I was already shaky because holding bags while you're talking to people, standing at attention, makes my whole body tremor worse. Got back to the car and realised I'd forgotten the dog food. So I quickly ran into the other supermarket that I'd parked near. And thankfully, all of our shops are lovely. All the shopkeepers know me now. Everyone will help me. It's wonderful. But in this shop, the amazing IGA in Picton, if you know about the staff in there, they're just wonderful. I walked into the shop and I was hot. I could feel my face was getting red. My head was all sweaty and I thought, oh, just grab the dog food, get out. I needed the dog food. The dogs wouldn't like me if I didn't. Grab the dog food. As I'm walking to the counter, I walked under one of their heaters coming from the air. And it just, my inner core just like heated up instantly. My tremors went berserk. My legs started to buckle. I got to the counter and there were 4 people in one line in front of me, 3 in another. The person at the front was having trouble, so I grabbed my stuff, buckly legs, walked over to the other one. That person in front started having trouble as well. So I grabbed my stuff, walked back to the other one, and I sort of leant on the counter. And the wonderful Amanda went to walk past me and she said, "You right, Nick?" And I said, "No, Dale, I think I'm going to pass out. I need to get out of here. And I just need to get out of here." She quickly stopped the person she was serving, grabbed my stuff, ran it over to her counter. I walked over to her and I had the money in my hand here. She got the money out of my hand. She had to put the change back in my hand and close my hand up for me. And she said, "Are you right? Are you right?" I said, "I am. I'll be right." She said, "You need help?" And I said, "No, I'll get back to the car." I got back to the car and I just turned the air conditioner on and started stripping off. My inner core was like it was scorched, and it sent my inner tremors so bad outwards that my legs were just buckling walking back to the car. I'm amazed I made it back to the car at all. I got home here and I stripped off and I had fans on me and I just couldn't cool down. For an hour I was still so overheated. And it's clothes I wear every day, basically, of the year. If there's a cool breeze even in summer, I will be in my tracksuit. I don't think it's menopause. Don't put that on me. I should be into that, but I'm not, thankfully. But this was just a one-off. And for her to have to even put the change in my hand and help me grip my hand around the change. And an hour later, I went to go onto my TikTok live. I couldn't even pick up anything. My hands wouldn't work. My inner core was scorched all day long. I didn't know how long this was going to last, and thankfully the next morning I was okay. I was back to normal. I had finally cooled my inner core down, but it was the scariest thing I've had happen in a long time, and I wanted to come on and tell you, but by that time I had calmed down. I just didn't even think about coming on and doing a live while it had happened, and I should have. But as you can see, even talking about it is sending me back to that. Your tremors relive those moments, and it was bad. But then on Saturday, having that beautiful support group meeting topped the weekend off. And I thank you once again, Brett and Margaret and Kelly and Silvano. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to do it all again with you all. And I can't wait to have more join in. I know some people it may be tough to think about going to those events. Even Brett and Kelly both said to me, "We were so anxious to come and meet you." I'm just me. I'll love yous. I'll give yous a big hug, and I can't wait to meet you all. Don't be nervous about meeting me, although I know how it is. Love you all, guys. Hope you have a wonderful, great, shaky weekend. I can see your messages and comments coming up, but I'm too far away. I can't even read it with my glasses from this far away. I'll get back to you all. Love you all, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Have a great shaky week, and I will see you all again next week. Bye, guys. Lots of love.